Hello and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com. Joined today by Hofstra Baseball Coach John Russo. Coach, welcome.
Thanks, Len.
Our final show of the year. Seems like just yesterday we started, but obviously coming off the final series of the weekend, a 3-game sweep at the hands of William & Mary. Not the way you wanted it to go, not the way you wanted the season to go, but 3 close losses. Just let's recap that series. What were your overall thoughts on the 3 games?
It kind of summed up the season a little bit. To lose a 1-run game and 2 2-run games, and I thought we played really well. We were definitely down a lot of guys and stuff. We didn't have many bullets to fire. William & Mary was rolling pretty well, and I thought they had a great team. Really pitched the ball really well. I thought they were one of the best staffs we faced this year, even though their numbers didn't equal out to that. And got some good performances. Thought Robert Weishire was a really good performance on the weekend, and good thing for us is Rooney and Silas, continued to dominate and pitched really well, and got some great efforts out there.
You mentioned Rob Weishire, CA Rookie of the Week yesterday. A couple of home runs on the weekend, 6 RBIs. For a guy who probably wasn't at the beginning of the season projected to see that much time, really came on, especially late. And you got to think that the future's pretty bright for him in the next couple of years.
Agreed. Rob was one of the few guys that we really got to develop along the way. They didn't get thrown in there because of injury. I mean, he finally got his playing time because of injury, but early in the season he got some starts and he got to learn, and he didn't get beat up every day facing the tough opponents we faced early in the season. And I think it gave him a chance to learn, and it gave him some wanting to be out there. And so when he got this opportunity a few weeks ago to get the everyday starting job, I think he took it with both hands and grabbed it, and had a really great weekend. I thought he's played really well since he's gotten a chance to be a starter.
And some other award news just released today. The All-CA teams, and Teddy Silas made the first team as a utility player. David Lederman repeats as the second team All-CA third baseman. Just talk about their seasons, and for David, his career and what he's meant to this program over the last 5 years.
I'm really happy for David. Ending his season on an injury, those last 3 weekends of the season was really tough. And talking about a kid that's used to being out there every day, starting, most days and playing every inning of most games. And he's been a great player for this program. He's had a great career. Really happy that he got the all-conference to show how well he did in the conference. He got really going as the conference got started. Really happy for Teddy Silas. Teddy Silas, his numbers didn't justify how great of a season he had. And Teddy was a great player for us all season. He was a great leader. He really played hard. To say that he would pitch 7-8 innings on a game and then still be able to play in the outfield the next day is the stuff Warriors are talked about. And Teddy had a great year. Couldn't have been more impressed with him at the plate. Definitely on the mound. He led the CAA in strikeouts, and just what a great year by both.
Now, talk about some other positives coming out of the season. I think the development of Vito Freisha from his freshman year to his sophomore year is something you have to be pleased about going forward. I think, personally, I think he's a guy that kind of can dominate the league going forward as he goes into his junior and senior years. What did you see from Vito this year in his maturation process?
I've thought Vito has grown almost every moment since he's been on campus. I thought he had a great fall his freshman year, and I thought he had a great learning experience his freshman spring, and then he goes out in the summer, he keeps learning. I thought this past fall he was learning. Now this year he's starting to learn what kind of player he is, and he can really hit. He could be a really good leader. I can't be more impressed with his growing process. That's what I love to see, is just how continually better he keeps getting and getting. And probably lost out to some pretty good numbers and the all-conference stuff, but he was an all-conference player for us, and really helped us a lot in conference. Solidified the 3-hole there for a long time. Had a 30-game streak that he was there, so he was super consistent, super dependable. And to be honest, I think Vito can keep growing this summer and keep getting better and better. So I still think we're at the beginning of seeing how great Vito could be.
Obviously, Stephen Foster he's been a consistent player for 3 seasons. Leads the team in 17 doubles, a little power, some 20 plus RBIs. Batted him up and down especially this last weekend with the injuries, with up and down the order, lead off, batting 5th in this past weekend. Where do you see Steven going as he moves into his senior year?
I think Steven's another guy that keeps growing. He had a great freshman year and then a little bit down sophomore year, and then had another good year this year, and he keeps growing, he keeps getting better, he keeps learning. Steven's effort this year was incredible. I thought that he brought it to play every day, and Steven, I like that, we can count on his toughness. He's a tough kid. Played through some injuries at some point in the year that I thought affected, his batting average a little bit in conference, but can't question him for, trying to play through injuries, and he was trying to do it for the team. He knew we were beat up and already down a few guys, and so Steven played through a lot of that. And, Steven's character, Steven's determination are, unquestioned.
Mentioned the CAA awards earlier. Just be remiss if we don't mention also Tom Archer being honored as the CAA baseball all-academic team selection, for his work in the classroom. Just talk about a little bit about Tom, his season, and his overall body work. Tommy is another one. I keep saying this a lot, but it's something I wanted to do here at Hofstra, is get kids in, develop them within the program, and get them better. And I feel like we got to see that with Tommy. He struggled a little bit his freshman year, struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season, and then really exploded here these last 5 weeks of conference. Enough that we were dependable enough to put him in the 3-hole, and won us a few games, and had a 5-for-5 game in that mix. And Tommy played really well, and I've always thought Tommy had that within him, and super proud of him for being able to stay with it, to keep confidence in himself and his ability. And then he got a 4.0 in the fall, and really excelling in school and doing great. There's really nothing that Tommy Archer isn't doing well at Hofstra. He's a great kid and been a great person. Going into the off season, what do you want to see improve? Where do you want to see improvements made? I know all the underclassmen are going to be off going to summer ball. Where do you want to see them improve so they come back here in the fall ready to, make a positive impact on Hofstra baseball?
I think the first thing I think of is we got to get healthy. We have a lot of guys still injured, and we were down at least 4 starters there at the end of the season, and we got to get some guys healthy. We got to get better defensively, I think, on it. And we had meetings these last week with the kids, and pretty aware of the goals. But one of the things I liked is the positive attitude. The kids liked the team. They enjoyed playing with each other, and feel like we're pretty close to being to where we want to be. And we return enough guys. We return a good part of our pitching staff, and return the guys that started most weekends in conference. So I like where we could be next year, as long as we keep building and keep getting better, and during the summer.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time.
If you don't mind, I just, I'm really going to miss Witowski. He was a 4-year starter for me. Chris Hardart was invaluable, in his role of leadership with the team. Kieran Ryan's leadership with the guys. George Marrero, great kid, really gave us a great effort this year. Matt Weishire, was my first ever recruit here at Hofstra. So I'm really going to miss those guys, and I thought they went out with a lot of class and great leadership, and they were great kids.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Thank you.
bringing that up. And you've been watching the WB Mason Coach Report on GoHofstra.com.